Well, while you might recognize our next guest from season 22 of American Idol, she comes from country music royalty. She's the granddaughter of the legendary Miss Loretta Lynn and the daughter of somebody I love very much, Miss Patsy Lynn of the Lynns. She continues to carve out her path in music, and today she releases her new song called That Girl. It is an honor, finally, to get Emmy Russell to join us in the studio. Yeah.
Thank you for having me. I was like, my stomach's churning.
Oh,
This is my first thing doing, like, since having my baby. I'm like, goodness gracious. I'm looking at those pictures and I'm like, oh, what it would take to look like that.
Well, listen, I mean, yeah, from the time of Idol was last year, right? Gosh, like 2024 May. So a lot of life has been lived. But I said, after doing Idol, I cannot imagine that you would ever be rattled for anything or ever kind of be a little shy. I mean, you were thrust into the spotlight with that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I was a songwriter, and then I went on as, I played with my grandma growing up, but I had no, stage, none of that, like, since Meemaw. And then she had her stroke, and then we stopped, going on the road. And so I was just written as a songwriter over at Liz Rose Music. And so that was all I did.
So getting onto that had to be...
And then I had another, with just my baby. And so now I'm like, oh, hello, world.
Well, listen, of course, like I said, a lot of life. Now, Mom, balancing family life and music, it's something that we watched your grandmother do. Something we watched your mom and your aunt, Patsy and Peggy of the Lynns. We used to be on Reprise Records back in the 90s, so I played a lot. But how are you doing that? How are you shuffling all of this now?
I think I'm learning now. I'm starting to, learn, okay, I love music. I can't run from it. And I just got to learn how to embrace it. So I got to ask my mom. I wish I could ask my grandma, but I've been in discussions with my mom about it. I'm like, how do you do this?
How do you do it all? Right? Well, writing music, I have to talk about you and your husband, Tyler. You guys really sound great together.
Thanks.
I mean, you released that EP, London Bridges? Gosh, A Phone Call to Heaven, which is beautiful. Talk a little bit about the music you guys do together.
Yeah, I'm all about heart, what's something that would speak and isn't just like a song, but like a movement. And for Phone Call to Heaven, we're collaborators, we throw stuff back at each other. That's a great idea. No, that's not good. I'm a dreamer and he's an actioner. So I'm like, thank God for that pairing.
Well, you guys work together. He has a company, Songhouse Collective. Talk a little bit about that, because it really opens the door to a lot of creatives and people where they can write, produce. Is that right?
Yep. And we wrote actually my song Skinny that I performed on American Idol. They found me from Skinny. I literally told them, I said, did y'all find me? You must have found me from my grandma. Is that how you found me? And they were like, no, we actually found you from Songhouse. From doing Skinny. And me and Tyler and one of the guys from Songhouse wrote that song.
So that's how they find you. And getting to perform Skinny, by the way, on Idol. First of all, the impact that it had. I mean, here we are, right over a year ago. What comes to mind when you think back on that experience?
Gosh, I felt just so vulnerable. I had a full face of makeup on. I love fake tan. And I just felt like God's voice was just like, take off your fake tan and your makeup and just show up. And I showed up and I felt like I was in the 4th grade and I was so scared of getting rejected, but I was like, hey, if I get rejected though, it's for me being me and not for this.
Somebody that you weren't. Yeah, I love that. Skinny resonated with so many young girls. You talked about body image throughout that song. This song, That Girl, this is brand new. You got a new EP that's coming out in 2026. I'm super excited about this. Not only an incredible songwriter, vocally, I get goosebumps every time I hear you sing.
Thank you.
And always a message. And this song too, for a lot of not only young girls, but young guys as well. First time falling in love. You try to battle that, but you got to give yourself some grace when you really deal with heartbreak.
Right. Yeah, it was just about losing your spark, and you're like, how did I get here? How did I get to where I care so much? And that's all I care about. And I had to write that song. It helps people identify their emotions too,
Absolutely.
And validate it, because it's so easy to be like, oh, it's not that big of a deal. And I just got on my piano and I was like, who have I become? But then learning to have grace. I didn't actually write that lyric until this year. I wrote the song a year ago, and then I revisited it. And I wrote that, Give Yourself Grace, and then it felt complete, and then I was like, I got to release an EP.
That's interesting how you kind of break up that songwriting process and you wait, you realize that it's not done, and then it comes back around. Not your story today, as I said, happily married, beautiful baby girl, by the way, Taylor Ray, oh my God.
She's the best.
She is a bunny, but she's just gorgeous. What's coming up? Of course, music. Are you going to be hitting the road, or are you kind of staying close to home right now?
Right now, I'm staying close to home. Eventually, if that comes up, then I did some tour dates with Megan Maroney. Love her. She's awesome.
She's incredible.
She's awesome. I was like, holy cow, people are I mean, there's sorority girls and sorority girls. But I'm kind of waiting to kind of promote this, and then eventually probably getting back on the road.
Just one of the best. Just so sweet and so humble, and one of the most amazing singer-songwriters in this town. You're going to be a huge star, and it isn't in her genetics, that is for sure. Emmy Russell, pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Tell your mama I said hi. Will you do that? Okay.